between the bulls and the bears as they move the candles up and down in a tug of war. Now, what is the action? The action is the result that we'll see that has been printed on the chart based on the tug of war that is going on between the bulls and the bear. Now, bringing both together, the price action is the movement of the candlestick, okay, in the duration of the tug of war between the bears and the bull, giving us a valid pattern, okay, that will enable us to understand the market in order for us to do what? To take a trade. That is why, as a technical trader, your work as a technical trader is to study the past, which is you study the history, you understand the present, then you predict the future, okay? Now, what helps you to study the past, what helps you to understand the present, and what helps you to predict the future is what? The price action. And what is the price action? Price action is the movement of the candles, the tug of war between the bulls and the bear. The evidence they give you that enable to take the market is the price action, okay? I think I just broke this down in extremely layman's language for you to understand what I'm trying to say. Now, let me lay more emphasis on what I'm trying to talk about. Now, we all know that this market right here is in a downtrend. You agree with me that this market right here is what? In a downtrend. Now, I'm not trying to plot a trend line, so don't call this a trend line. I'm just illustrating to you guys that this is in a downtrend, okay? I'm just trying to use it so you guys can know what I'm talking about. Not as if I'm trying to plot a trend line, no. Okay, now, if you look at this market right here, it's trading all the way down and giving us series of lower lows and lower highs and printing double tops and the downtrend keeps going down. Now, this is a tug of war between the bulls and the bears. Always have that in mind. Every blessed day you open the chart, there is a war going on, a war between the bulls and the bears, and always the people that dominate is gonna win the war. Now, if you look at this chart, we saw this take out this low right here and came all the way down to give us a lower low. Now, price action, it's all about this market has been dominated already by the sellers. Now, they've given us a lower low. Price action is we looking at this market right now, and we understand that this was the last support on resistance. Now, price action, it's all about getting to understand what happens when this market comes into this area of interest right here, okay? Getting to understand what is going to happen when the market comes into the area of interest, meaning the talk of war that is going on, which evidence is this area going to give me? Now, this is where candle pattern now come into play, okay? The price action now brings what gives birth to candle pattern. Now, in the candle pattern now, there are candles patterns, which I'm not going to be teaching here. It's just for my students. The 7 powerful candle patterns that we trade with based on my strategy. Now, you look out for those candle patterns, and when you get those valid candle patterns you want to see, then you execute the market. Now, what helped you execute that market? Because you understood the meaning of the word price action, put it into play in confluence with any other of your entry factors that you're looking at and candlestick patterns, then boom, it helps you to sell the trade. Now, what is the evidence that the candle pattern that the price action gave you? The evidence was, number one, it let you know that because of the tug of war, the sellers took over and broke the zone, giving us a lower low. That is number one. Number two, the price action is making us understand, because we've gotten a lower low, that whatever we're seeing right now is a pullback, which is number two. Then moving now into our area of interest, then we look out to see an evidence, an action, okay, from the price, an action from the price, which now developed a price action that enabled us to take the trade. So an action from the price gave us the evidence that we needed to take the trade. That is all about the price action, okay? Now we move forward down into analyzing GBP USD and GBP JPY. Now, if you take a look at GBP USD, you will agree with me right now that we are on a downtrend in the H4, coming all the way from the higher time frame down to the H4. We are on a downtrend. So without taking much of our time, as whenever I come into the chart, I just tell you guys what to expect and not beat around the bush. Now, without taking much of our time, I'm gonna be selling this market next week. If I see something like this, a push into this area of interest and give me a nice price action reaction, then I'm gonna sell back to this low right here for around 50 something pips or thereabout, somewhere from here, area of interest around here, sell down to here for like 56 pips. Then that may be my TP1, and I sell further to the MES down there for another pips of around let's say roughly 100 pips. Okay, so that is all about the GBP USD. You're seeing where the price is at right now. So what I want to see is a pullback into my area of interest and a little bit further into the zone, and give me some convincing price action patterns, and I'm gonna be selling this market right now, right then. So that is what I'll be looking out for on the GBP USD. Just fast, easy, and precise. No need of we beating about the bush. I've done the heavy lifting, as you can see. I've done the heavy lifting for us. So we just want to see the market push into the ROT zone and a little bit further, give us some price action, then we sell. Going over to the GBP JPY, we also see this market in a downtrend right now. We've taken out the last higher low. So all the way from the higher time frame to the H4, we are in a downtrend presently. As you can see, the market moved into our area of interest, and boom, it sold out. Now, what I'm gonna be doing is patiently also, I'm expecting also a pullback, a little bit of a pullback into the 50% of this candle right here. Okay, a little bit of a pullback into the 50% of this candle right here, then give me a pattern, possibly a price action. I'll be looking out to convince me that the buyers are into the trade. Then what I'm gonna do is I'll sell it directly from there down. I'll sell it directly from there down to the 150.556, which is the MES. Okay, the MES, the 150 for around probably, let's see, for around maybe probably 89 pips or 90 pips. Okay, so that's what I'm looking out for the GBP JPY and GBP USD, and I'll be looking at these 4 pairs this week: GBP USD, GBP JPY, Euro JPY, and gold. And if I'm gonna be seeing any good trade setups, then I'm gonna be executing, and possibly I'm still gonna be uploading some pictures along the way to carry you guys along and all that. So it's nice talking to you guys again, and I hope you guys every blessed day you are improving in your craft. Okay, if you're not improving in your craft, then I suggest you get a proper training, or you spend more chat time. If you don't have the money to get a proper training, then you spend more chat time. Okay, because it helps a lot. The more you're spending more time on the chat, the more you're learning something from the chat, the more you're developing and modifying your strategy so that it could be better over time to enable you to take the trade.